Good morning. How is everybody doing today? It is Thursday, February 17th. I just wanted to get on here this morning and kind of go over the process that I've been dealing with to kind of get into the bariatric surgery program. Kind of let everybody know like what the steps are, what the process has been for me. So yeah. Um, I hope everybody's morning is going well. I did get a few views on my video, so I'm kind of excited about that. Like I said, I'm not looking for anything big, anything important. I'm just kind of looking for an outlet, um, like before, you know. So this morning has been going well. I woke up pretty early thanks to my dog. He thought that deer were invading our house. So at 7 o'clock in the morning, he went totally ballistic. He woke me and my husband up, although he had been up like all night playing games with his buddy, um, which is okay. Uh, but yeah, 7 o'clock in the morning, he got woke up because the dog thought that the deer were invading our house. And he had just went crazy and woke everybody up. Um, well, he protected us from the deer anyway. Anyway, uh, so I had my protein shake. I've had my coffee. I'm feeling good. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna go over the process that I've had or that I've went through so far. Baby, that's the kitty's toy. Why are you playing with the kitty toy? Because I'm on the kitty side of the house. You can't tell. I'll see what I can do. Look, he's right. Look at him. Oh, oh! Sorry. Oh, hi, baby. Baby, that's the kitty's toy. That's the kitty's toy. Mommy has a story to tell. But I love you. That's the kitty's toy. That gum is the kitty's. Your gum is the kitty's toy. He always has something to chew on in his mouth. It doesn't matter. He has ripped up his picky, and he keeps just one little piece of it in his mouth for gum, we call it. Anyhow, okay, so the steps of going through to get towards weight loss surgery. Let me just tell you, it's kind of been where you just want to rip your hair out, especially now during these times in 2022. I can't imagine what it was like in 2021 or 2020. Probably, well, I was going through it in 2021. I will say, the company that I work for, there are only 6 places in the United States that you can get the bariatric surgery done, which is crazy to me. It drives me crazy. There are places in my state, not state, but in my county that you can get this surgery done, but unfortunately, my insurance won't pay for them. What my company calls it is centers of excellence. So they want you to go to a centers of excellence place. And the closest place to me is in Cleveland, Ohio. So the Cleveland clinic is where I have to go. My husband and I went down there. We had a appointment with the surgeon, and I went in there. I had the appointment with the surgeon. We talked about, which I had to wait a while for that. We had to drive there, which was about a 4.5 hour drive, which wasn't terribly bad. So we had to drive there. I met with a surgeon. We talked about like my eating habits, my relationship with food, that type of stuff, my past diets, what I've tried, my success diets, the years that I kept it off, my previous surgery with my hysterectomy, why I feel like that had brought weight on with my, my hormones changing, that type of stuff. Obviously, my eating habits have a lot to do with it as well. Then I had to meet with, after that, I had to meet with a psychiatrist. Leave the kitty alone, Bubby. I had to meet with a psychiatrist. And then in that meeting, we talked about my relationship with food my whole life. I had been big all my life. I've been big since I can remember. I don't remember ever being small. Um, my relationship with food is kind of complicated. It does go back to my childhood, nothing about abuse. It's just we were growing up, we didn't have food. Well, we did, but like there was a lot of times where we didn't have food because it was scarce, I should say. We ate what we could get. In turn, it was mostly processed foods because that's what was cheap. My mom was a single mom. She worked very hard, but that's what was cheap. So my mindset now is I can afford it. I am financially stable. I can afford it, so I buy it. So in my house, yeah, I don't want to say hoarding because I watch hoarders and I see these hoarding houses, and in my house is definitely not a hoarder house. But I do tend to hoard on to food. There you won't find expired product. Okay, you might find expired product. You probably will. My nieces can attest to that when they go through my pantry because sometimes like they'll go through and they'll rearrange and organize my pantry, and we'll find a lot of expired food because I have a hard time throwing things away because of my childhood. So I do buy an abundance of things, but my friends and family know that if they are ever down and out, they know where to go. Um, so then I met with him. I got the green light on that, so I was able to pass that. Then I had to meet with I had to meet with a dietitian. Now the dietitian and the psychiatrist were on Zoom calls because it was during the pandemic, or is during the pandemic. So we talked about portion control, how I would have to eat during the few weeks prior to the surgery. We talked about portion control, which is my problem. I'm sure it's a lot of people's problem, right? We talked about how I'd have to eat after the surgery. We talked, that type of stuff. So I had to take another dietitian class afterwards, which I was able to do here. It was just over the computer. So then anyway, I was approved for surgery, but then I had to come home and sorry, somebody mentioned me. Okay. Sorry, my phone's going off. I had to go through several when I got home, I had to go through and make a ton of appointments because you have to go through and you have to get your lungs checked. You have to get for pulmonary to make sure that you can breathe. You have to have a sleep study. And then if it turns out that you have sleep apnea, which I do, I had to now go and have another sleep study to determine what type of oxygen my sleep apnea machine has to be set on so I can get that. I had to go through and have an EKG done from the cardiologist to make sure that things were good. I had to have a gastrologist do a test through my scope to make sure, they put a camera down, take pictures of your esophagus, your stomach to make sure there's no issues in there. And then I had to blood work, all the whole 9 yards, they do that. I had to drink some type of fluid to make sure that I didn't have some type of bacteria in my stomach that would make it to where you cannot have the surgery. So you're jumping through all these hoops to get this done during this pandemic is crazy because you cannot, it's hard to get appointments. Okay, so I had that going on. Then I also had to have surgery on my foot during this. I had tarsal tunnel syndrome, which if you know what carpal tunnel is, okay. So it's in your foot instead of your wrist. So my job is I walk 12 hours a day. Okay. I am in retail. I'm in retail management. So it is strenuous on your feet. I'm walking nonstop on concrete. And so yeah, I had to have surgery on that tarsal tunnel syndrome, and I had plantar fasciitis. So he did surgery on that, and then during the 6 weeks of recovery, I'm still recovering. I could not put any pressure on my foot for 4 weeks. So I had to lose 15 pounds. When I went to, or 10 to 15 pounds, she said. When I went to the surgeon, I weighed 213. And like I said, I was 215 when I weighed myself yesterday. So during those 4 weeks of just laying on the couch and not being able to move and having my great sister look after me, they're playing, I gained a little bit of weight. So I don't know how much because I just weighed myself yesterday. I didn't weigh myself prior to yesterday. So yeah, again, I'm down to 215. So I don't know what I weighed, but I have been eating healthier for the last couple of weeks just to try to make myself feel better because I knew that I just did not feel great. So I started my HelloFresh. It's coming today. It'll be here today, and I'm excited. So what I do with HelloFresh is I get the low-calorie meals, and then I get 2 meals a week, sometimes 3, depending, which is what I did last time. I'm not saying that, since this is my first box of restarting, but this is what I did last time. But my husband does not eat these meals. He is the pickiest person in the entire world. Like, he could live off chicken nuggets and fish sticks. Okay, not fish sticks really, but chicken nuggets and pizza rolls. Pizza. He could live off that, and as long as he has that in his games and his buddies, he's good. Like, I can set him and forget him. Like one of those, I don't know, whatever they said, set it and forget it on those rotisserie oven things. He's good. So what I do is I get those, and then I portion them up into two sections, and I have 2 meals, whether it's a lunch or a dinner, or four dinners, whatnot. And then I know that helps with portion control. I do weigh out other things that I have. So yeah. So right now, currently, I am just waiting on the. I'm getting yelled at by Joel. Hold on. I didn't realize the dog went upstairs and he's sleeping. So that's the second time he woke him up. Dang it, Loki. Now he's back. Anyhow, I don't know what I was talking about. Now I'm just waiting on the doctors to send over the rest of the sleep study that I'm getting on Friday. And then hopefully I can be scheduled for surgery, which will be soon. So then I can take you guys along for the ride. And then in the meantime, I'm just going to eat healthy. Hopefully, I will, if I make a HelloFresh meal today, which I'm probably going to, I will record that and put that on here. So, yeah. That's all I got for right now, guys. Hope everyone has a wonderful day. Have a blessed day. Man, life really has changed, All right, guys.